Welcome to Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. This podcast delivers insights on what makes businesses, teams, and people successful based on real-life business experiences. Following a career with America's largest associations, JP Murray founded the Murray Company, one of Washington, D.C.'s most successful consulting firms. The company was acquired successfully and enabled him to launch JP Murray Racing, a business development and sponsorship agency for auto racing teams. Here is JP.
Welcome to the Push to Pass podcast. Today I'm going to dive deep into the strategies that can elevate your sponsorship program or any type of business development kind of operation that you're pursuing. An episode that is packed full of insights, experiences over the last 30 years, and I believe it's a key element, cold calling and engaging prospects in building those crucial relationships that you're going to eventually need to have the new business. I think it's a thing that we probably don't do enough. So let's get started. First, I want you to be purposeful about your cold calling program. Let's talk about the purpose behind these calls. It's not just about to dial numbers randomly. It needs to have a clear goal, and that goal initially should be to secure an appointment with the prospect. After all, you're calling them out of the blue, unannounced. So I'm not trying to do a whole sales pitch, but I do want to set up an appointment for the next call. So this is where your research kind of comes into play. Before ever picking up the phone, understand who you're calling and what the unique value you bring to them is. So there needs to be a reason, and then you're going to try to set that appointment. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting time on both ends. That is something that nobody really wants. So I want a script designed to set an appointment coupled with the unique reason I'm calling. The second thing is I want a fit. I want to look for a fit. And I think this helps us kind of separate around some of the anxiety that comes with making cold calls, because this isn't just a smile and dial game. We want better results. So it's very important to find the right fit. And your research, again, is going to help you identify potential sponsors or prospects who align with the goals, or you may see that they've done this kind of work before. And if there's no fit, it's okay to move on. Or if the prospect says there's no fit, it's okay to move on. This approach kind of ensures our efforts are targeted. We have a higher chance of success. We got a little bit of margin between us and the prospect. And if they say it's not a fit, we'll just move on to the next one. Then the third thing I kind of want to talk about is timing. If you're trying to set an appointment, you need to have specific times to confirm, not just the day of the week or, hey, can we talk next week sometimes? Be specific. It makes you look mindful. It's like you've done your homework, you've got your stuff together, you got a specific prospect schedule in hand that you want to try to meet with that individual. By doing so, you kind of demonstrate a respect for their time, and you increase the likelihood for them to give a positive response or to say no or set up a different time. I'd also think about the timing as it relates to the sponsor's business. What I've found in racing sponsorship is that there is a lot of activity after regular business hours or later in the day. Prospects could have their regular jobs. And let's say that's manufacturing, and they're focused on that. And the rest of the day, they can talk about new opportunities like your marketing platform involving racing. So keep that in mind as you're timing your calls. Then double down with an email. The conversation doesn't have to end with the call. After hanging up, double down with an email, reiterating your purpose and the value you bring and the opportunity for the time. Also, if you leave a voicemail, you can have an email follow-up that has these specifics that kind of accomplishes the same thing. This two-pronged approach sets you apart from others who rely on just email or rely just on phone calls. You got both here. So remember, it's that quality and quantity in multiple formats that we're looking for. It's a fusion of both coming together. Another question that I often get over the years is, how many calls does it take? So as I reflect on my own journey, I've seen the evolution of my cold call strategies. It started with sheer quantity, and I was just looking at numbers all the time. And then it shifted to quality as we kind of got involved into more in-depth prospect research. And now I've kind of found through this experience and a bit more gray hair that the secret lies in an incredible amount of volume with high quality. If you can get closer and closer to that dual purpose, growth truly explodes when quantity and quality work in harmony and they're working together. Research shows that the average new business deal takes about 12 contacts. The fact of the matter is, most salespeople quit before they ever get to the 12. So this is something that I think sometimes we don't have enough volume to make a difference. When you add quality volume, then you've got a killer app and makes you different than everybody else. Hey folks, I've got some big movements on the business horizon this week that I kind of want to tell you about. We just launched the Push to Pass Marketplace. It's a B2B platform where businesses and companies can utilize many of the vendors that they're already working with, whether it's in fuel or uniforms or safety equipment or long distance and mobile. And you can use those accounts that you currently have and apply every single purchase to one of our great race drivers at JP Murray Racing. I hope you'll take a look at it. Go to jpmurray.com, pick a driver, develop a marketplace account, and let's save some money and make some money for our drivers together. Hey folks, I hope the content was helpful today. Can't wait to chat with you next week on the Push to Pass with JP Murray. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. If you would like to sponsor Push to Pass, send an email to jp@jpmurray.com. Follow JP on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. His website is jpmurray.com. Until next time, push yourself to pass the competition. Thanks for listening.